Hi there, I'm Bill Murray, the founder and co-developer of MyWARN, and I'm here to give you a quick introduction to our exciting app. Now, MyWARN is the simplest and easiest to use severe weather notification app available today, and we think you're going to love it. I'm going to run through a simple demonstration of MyWARN to help you see how it works. First, we'll go and open the app. Here is MyWARN's main screen. We call it the dashboard. It shows your current severe weather situation at a glance. Every time that you open the app or click on a notification, you are taken here. You'll see all the alerts that are in effect at that instant for your specific location. Now, when you first buy the app, there's good weather generally at your location. You might be tempted to think that it's not working because nothing is happening. The push buttons on the dashboard are not lit, and when you push them, nothing happens. Well, that's because MyWARN only bothers you when there's bad weather. Now, MyWARN monitors three kinds of deadly weather: floods, severe thunderstorms, and tornadoes. And the app tracks three kinds of alerts: severe weather forecasts from the Storm Prediction Center and severe weather watches and warnings. Let's run through a quick sample of example alerts so that you can quickly get familiar with how MyWARN works. Now, on days when forecasters feel that there is little or no chance of severe weather, the risk button will be dark. But when forecasters at the Storm Prediction Center feel like there is a chance of severe weather for a location, they will post a slight risk for severe weather. Here you see the notification on the app indicating that a slight risk of severe weather is forecast for your location. Now, you can click on the notification to go back to the dashboard, and you can see immediately the slight risk icon lights up, indicating that that risk is in effect for your location. You can then click on the alert to see your location graphically displayed on the map. Now, when SPC forecasters think that there is a chance that severe weather is more likely at a location, they'll go ahead sometimes and issue a moderate risk. MyWARN looks for those risks and pays attention to them when they come in, notifying you immediately. Here you see a moderate risk notification coming in on the app even when it's in the background. MyWARN doesn't have to be in the foreground to notify you. It's best, though, when it's in memory, because then it keeps up with your location. Even when it's not in memory, it will still notify you at the last location that you were at when you turned off the app. Now, MyWARN displays contextual safety information. Now, when an alert is issued for you, you can read the appropriate safety tips, and here's an example of that. You just click on the Actions to Take button on any alert, and you'll get safety tips that are specifically designed for that specific alert. Now, MyWARN uses the location-based feature of your iPhone to determine exactly where you are and immediately notify you when alerts are issued for your location. When the weather's good and there are no alerts, MyWARN uses very little battery because it uses a low resolution for the location-based services, and it doesn't check very frequently. But when alerts are issued for your location, MyWARN steps up how often it checks the alerts database so that you can get the warnings faster. Because when severe weather threatens, minutes and seconds count. But keep an eye on your battery on severe weather days and keep your device on a power adapter as much as you can. Now, the National Weather Service issues severe weather watches and warnings when conditions are favorable for these types of conditions to develop. Here you see a tornado watch coming into the device. And when you see a watch, you know that it means to watch out for bad weather. Now you can see the watch icon lit up on the dashboard, indicating that there is a watch in effect. If you click on the icon, you'll immediately see the map drawn with your location highlighted with the blue dot and all of the counties from your local National Weather Service that are included in the watch shown. You can also click on the Actions to Take to get very specific advice, and you can also click on the details on any advice so that you can also see what the National Weather Service forecaster wrote when they issued the warning. Now, National Weather Service forecasters issue a warning when they have information from their radar, the public, or law enforcement or spotters that flooding, severe hail or wind, or a tornado is actually occurring or about to occur, and when that happens, you need to take action right away. Here we see a severe thunderstorm warning coming into MyWARN. You can hear the sound that it makes is a little more insistent, trying to get your attention, and you can see the dashboard lights up immediately, showing the warning that's in effect. You can again see the details of the alert right there. Go back to the map, see your location, and check specific advices that you should take to protect your friends and family in the event of a severe thunderstorm warning. Now, MyWARN looks for updates from the National Weather Service continually on warnings because you'd like to know what's going on. But most importantly, you'd like to get back to life and living when a cancellation is issued. And when that happens, the National Weather Service will send this advice, MyWARN will pick it up, and you'll immediately be notified on your device that the warning has been canceled, and you can get back to doing the things that you need to do. Now, I've got one more thing that I'd like to show you before we cut off this video, and that's how the settings page works. It's very simple. MyWARN has very few settings because we wanted to keep it very simple. You can turn the sound on and off using that button, meaning that you'll still get vibration if you have vibrations set on your phone when notifications are received. But you can also go an extra step and turn notifications completely off. If you do that, then you will not receive notifications on your device at all. So you want to do this very rarely. As a matter of fact, I can't really imagine any time that you'd want to not do this because you're buying MyWARN to protect you and your family from severe weather. But in case you ever have that situation where you just don't want to receive notifications, you turn them off right there. Now, if you want to customize the specific alerts that you receive, you can turn specific watches, warnings, and risks on and off with these buttons. For example, if you don't want to receive flood warnings, just turn them off right there. If you didn't want to receive flood watches, you can turn that off. And if you didn't care about receiving the risks, you could turn that off. It's as simple as that. MyWARN takes care of that for you. So anyway, that's sort of a summary of all the things that MyWARN is all about. Remember that MyWARN uses the location-based services feature of your iPhone to notify you immediately when alerts are issued for your precise location. But you'll see more about that on another video. Now, one of the best things about MyWARN is that you don't have to worry about changing your location settings. MyWARN does that for you. It only works for the location that you're in. If you drive to the mall, MyWARN lets you know about alerts for the mall. If you drive to Grandma's house, it keeps an eye on the weather every mile of the way along your route. If you go out of town on business, MyWARN is on the job 24 hours a day wherever you are. So that's a short introduction to MyWARN. Look for frequent enhancements and improvements to the system as we discover ways to make it better and keep you and your family safer. Visit MyWARN.com for stories about severe weather safety. Thanks for being our customer, and thanks for being a part of the MyWARN community of users.